Today, we are plunging into something called living in the end. It's a powerful manifestation approach inspired by Neville Goddard's teachings. We know our listener, and probably many of you, are looking for real, practical ways to align your inner world with what you want to see outside. And we've got this great source doc that maps out a whole daily routine morning to night, seriously packed with insights. So on mission today, unpack it, understand the why behind these methods, and give you the core insights into how this transformative practice really works. More than just steps, the actual understanding.
Absolutely. And living in the end, well, for anyone familiar with Neville, it's way more than just thinking positive thoughts, isn't it? It's really this radical act of assuming the feeling that your desire is already here, done, accomplished right now. It's not about looking towards the future and longing for something like a distant hope. It's about shifting your whole inner state to actually be in that future reality now. And the key distinction, the real core of it, is learning to think from your goal, meaning you are already that person who has it. You're thinking from that place, not just thinking of your goal, which, keeps it out there, always at arm's length, something you're chasing. It sounds simple, but shifting that perspective, that's a deep, deep rewiring.
Okay, that distinction, thinking from versus of that, really sounds like it could be everything. What's the initial block people hit when they try to make that shift? Because it sounds like it could feel a bit artificial at first, like you're contending.
That's a great question because, yes, it absolutely can feel like pretending initially. The biggest hurdle is just our ingrained habit, right? We react to what's outside us, what we see, hear, touch. Neville's whole thing was that your imagination is the creative power, your reality engine, basically, and the outer world. It's just reflecting back your persistent inner assumptions, what you consistently feel and believe. So when you consciously start assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you're not just wishing harder, you're actively, deliberately reprogramming your internal state, your subconscious mind. And this consistent assumption, it starts to, harden into fact, as Neville put it. Your mind starts looking for evidence of it. It's about cultivating very specific feelings, specific beliefs, even the mental conversations you have with yourself. They all have to match the end result. No, does it take consistency? Yes. Faith, absolutely. A willingness to kind of prioritize that inner world, even when the outside looks contradictory, definitely. But the payoff is this calm confidence, this knowing that it's already yours. You move beyond just hoping.
It sounds less like a technique and more like a fundamental choice to really live from that inner reality first. So if someone's ready to jump in, how does this actually shape their day, like the practical structure?
Exactly. It becomes a lifestyle, not just the thing you do now and then. The daily routine we're looking at isn't just a checklist. It's designed to keep reinforcing that feeling, the wish-fulfilled feeling, morning, noon, and night. It builds on itself. So we've kind of broken it down into three main chunks: the morning, the midday, and the evening practices. Each part is designed to keep you anchored in that desired state, to really strengthen its hold throughout your day.
Okay, let's start at the beginning then, Dawn. Those first moments waking up, they feel potent, don't they? Mind's still soft, subconscious is open before the day rushes in. So instead of grabbing the phone, what's the very first move in this practice?
Right before you even fully open your eyes, there's this early visualization in bed. While you're still in that fuzzy, half-awake, half-asleep state, the hypnagogic state, technically, you gently recall that you already have your desire. It's done. This isn't effortful. It's like sinking into a warm bath. Just ease into it. Visualize something simple, short. A scene that implies it's fulfilled. Maybe feeling the keys to your new car in your hand, or seeing a quick flash of a congratulations email. Simple. The absolute key here is to feel the emotion, the happiness, the relief, the gratitude. Feel it now, before the worries flood in. You're basically setting your subconscious's direction for the day, priming it.
That's a really gentle but powerful way to start, like consciously tuning your inner radio frequency first thing. What happens once you're actually up and out of bed?
Okay, so once you're up, you move into I am affirmations. These are strong present tense statements, declaring your desired reality as fact. Right now, things like, I am successful and fulfilled in my work, or I am radiating health and energy. Say them with conviction, feel the truth in them. Aloud or silently doesn't matter as much as the feeling. It's not just repeating words, it's like you're installing new software, programming your subconscious, aligning your self-concept with the person who has the desire. It's a declaration of being. Then you layer in anchoring rituals. This means tying a simple, regular habit to that feeling of the wish fulfilled. Maybe it's writing just one sentence in a journal like, I am so grateful now, that expressing thanks for the achieved desire. Or maybe standing at the mirror for 30 seconds, looking yourself in the eye and affirming I am, whatever fits your desire, embodying it. Could be wearing a specific ring or bracelet that symbolizes it, or playing a particular song that just feels like success or joy to you. Or even a short prayer thanks for it already being done. These little rituals act like, well, anchors. They tether you back to that state. And really importantly, a mental diet at dawn. This is about being super intentional about your first mental inputs. Maybe skip the news first thing if it tends to bring you down or make you anxious. Instead, feed your mind something uplifting, a few pages from an inspiring book, a quick meditation focused on peace, or just sitting quietly and feeling good. You're deliberately choosing positive, high vibration input during this really receptive time, setting your inner compass for the day, establishing that foundation.
Wow. These morning practices, they sound incredibly deliberate. How do they all work together? Is it just the repetition, or is there a synergy that makes you feel truly centered and empowered, ready to carry that feeling into the day?
It's absolutely the synergy, the layering effect. It creates this internal coherence. Each step builds on the last. From that first drowsy visualization to the affirmations, the ritual, the mental diet. It's not just going through motions. You're having a deep conversation with your subconscious. You're impressing that reality onto it. You're consciously choosing your state. So by the time you actually step into your day, you've already built this inner foundation of it is done. It gives you this quiet confidence, this inner knowing. You're not just starting your day, you're embodying your future self right now.
Okay, but then life happens, right? The emails pile up, the phone rings, unexpected stuff throws you off.
Yeah.
It seems easy to lose that carefully built morning state.
Yeah.
How do you stay anchored when the day gets busy and maybe even stressful?
That's the reality, isn't it? Midday can definitely pull you off center. And that's exactly why the next part is crucial. Midday mental check-ins and state maintenance. You need ways to gently, quickly bring yourself back. One really simple way is using mindful pauses. Schedule them if you have to, or just grab moments when you can, like when you walk to get water or just take a bathroom break. Instead of checking your phone, just pause. Close your eyes for maybe 20, 30 seconds. Quickly recall your morning scene or just repeat your I am affirmation silently and try to reconnect with that feeling. Ask yourself quickly, where's my focus right now? Is it aligned with my wish fulfilled? If you've drifted into worry or frustration, just notice it. No judgment. Then gently guide your attention back. It's like constantly adjusting your course. Little nudges back on track. Another good strategy is using environmental triggers. Little reminders you plant in your surroundings. Maybe an alarm on your phone that pops up with a simple message like, it's done. Or change your computer background to something symbolic, a sticky note where only you see it. Each time you notice it, it's a tiny prompt. Take a deep breath, feel the feeling for just a second, reconnect, and importantly, stay faithful in actions. How would the person who already has this desire act? How would they carry themselves? How would they speak? If you're manifesting, say, a successful business, you approach interactions with that quiet confidence of success. You make decisions from that place. If it's health, you move with gratitude for your body. You make choices that reflect vitality. Your actions start to stem from that assumed state, even if the full outer reality hasn't caught up yet. Behavior follows belief. And keep up the affirm and mental diet throughout the day. Catch negative self-talk. This is so hard, it's not working, and consciously replace it. Everything is unfolding perfectly. I am capable. There's also a really neat technique for dealing with challenges as they pop up. The I remember when technique. When something difficult happens, you mentally interrupt the reaction by saying to yourself, oh, I remember when this current difficulty used to be a thing for me. But now that I have your fulfilled desire, it's so different. For instance, I remember when I used to worry about money. It feels so good now that abundance flows so easily. See what that does. It instantly frames the current problem as past, solved. You shift your perspective right over it. It's quite powerful.
Okay, so what this really boiled down to is, it's not about being perfect or rigid. It's more like constant, gentle awareness and adjustment, right? Like navigating. You keep checking your compass and making these small corrections so the little waves don't knock you way off course.
Exactly that. It's about preventing the daily friction from eroding that core state you built in the morning. Each check-in, each little adjustment, it just reinforces your chosen inner reality. It keeps the external stuff from taking over your internal landscape.
So the day progresses, and then we get to the evening. The source material really emphasizes this time, especially right before sleep. It calls it the crown jewel almost. What makes the evening, and specifically drifting off to sleep, so potent for this practice?
It really is the peak, the most crucial time for impressing the subconscious. Neville hammered this home. That state just before sleep, the drowsy, relaxed state, often called SATS, state akin to sleep, that's when the conscious mind's guard is down. The subconscious is wide open, incredibly receptive. So you start with evening reflection and gratitude. Look back over your day, consciously. Notice and appreciate the times you did manage to stay in your desired state. Celebrate those wins, however small. And if you slipped, observe it with, gentle curiosity, not beating yourself up. Okay, that happened. What can I learn? Then consciously list things you're grateful for. Make sure to include things related to your desire, even if it's just gratitude for the feeling of it coming true. I'm so grateful for the feeling of peace I'm cultivating. It lifts your vibration right before the main event. Next comes a really powerful tool, the revision technique. Well, if anything happened during the day that felt off, that wasn't aligned with your wish fulfilled, maybe a tense conversation, some bad news, a mistake you made, you mentally rewrite it. You replay the scene in your imagination, but this time, it unfolds perfectly. The argument ends with understanding. The bad news turns out to be mistaken or leads to something better. You immerse yourself in that revised version until it feels real, until you feel the relief or satisfaction of the better outcome. This isn't about denying reality. It's about cleansing negativity from your subconscious before sleep. You're training it to expect positive outcomes aligned with your desire. You're literally changing your memory of the day, which impacts your future. And then, the absolute core of the evening practice, the imaginal scene and state akin to sleep. Get comfy in bed. Relax your body completely. Let yourself drift towards sleep into that lovely, drowsy, floaty state. Once you're there, bring up your imaginal scene. It should be short, like 30 seconds, maybe a minute max. Something that clearly implies your desire is already fulfilled. Not the getting of it, but an event after it's fulfilled. Shaking someone's hand in congratulations, looking at the desired bank balance, feeling a wedding ring on your finger, hearing specific words, make it vivid, use your senses. What do you see, hear, touch? Most importantly, feel the emotions, the joy, the peace, the relief, the gratitude. Loop this short scene over and over gently like a lullaby. Don't strain. Just loop it until it feels natural, real, familiar. The aim is to fall asleep while living in that scene, drenched in those feelings. Let those fulfilled feelings be the last thing dominating your consciousness as you drift off. That's the ultimate impression.
Wow, that creates such a powerful loop, doesn't it? The evening practice sets you up for the night, impressing the subconscious, and then the morning practice picks it right back up. It seems like this cycle would really strengthen your conviction over time, making those subtle shifts in reality almost inevitable.
It absolutely builds on itself. It's like creating a dominant vibrational habit within your own consciousness. Each cycle reinforces the neural pathways associated with that fulfilled state. It starts feeling less like something you're doing and more like who you are. It becomes your natural dwelling place.
Now, the source also mentioned a guided imagination script. Sometimes longer, like 30 minutes. How does that fit in? Is that for people who maybe find the shorter essay test scene tricky?
Exactly. The guided script is like a deeper dive, a more structured immersion. It's really helpful if you want to intensely focus on cementing that imaginal reality, or if you find your mind wanders a lot during the shorter essay test practice. You'd find a quiet time, get comfortable, maybe listen through headphones. The script would typically guide you through relaxation first. Then, step by step, it helps you build your specific imaginal scene, the one implying fulfillment in vivid detail. It prompts you to engage all your senses. What do you see? What sounds are there? Can you touch something? Is there a smell? It often guides you to focus on a key moment within the scene, the moment that absolutely confirms it's done, like seeing the sold sign or hearing the specific words. You got the job.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to deepen and sustain the feelings, the joy, the relief, the thank you, it's done feeling until it feels completely real, an undeniable emotional truth for you. Then you either gently come back to awareness, carrying that feeling, or you let yourself drift off to sleep right there, fully immersed. It's like an asset session with detailed guidance.
And to really anchor all this mentally, the source talks about journaling. What kind of prompts are useful here? We're not just writing about our day, are we?
No, definitely not just recounting events. The evening journaling is about reinforcing the living in the end mindset. It's about filtering your day through that lens. Some really effective prompts would be things like, today, how did I think and act as if my wish were already fulfilled? This makes you consciously look for and acknowledge those moments. Or, what signs or evidence, however small, did I notice today that suggest my manifestation is unfolding? This trains your focus on positive indicators. It's also really good to address difficulties constructively. Did I face challenges or doubts? How can I reframe or revise them now from the perspective of already having my desire? And always, always gratitude. What am I grateful for today? List at least 3 things and make sure some connect back to the feeling or essence of your desire. Maybe even a prompt like, if I were living my ideal life fully, how would I describe this day? The whole point is to consistently reinforce the narrative of fulfillment, to consciously choose the story you're telling yourself about your life, cementing those positive assumptions.
Okay, this whole framework feels really comprehensive. But also, let's be honest, very human. Life throws curveballs. What happens when you get, I don't know, a really upsetting email? Or just wake up feeling completely off, like on the wrong side of the bed, you just scrap the day and start again tomorrow? How do you handle those inevitable wobbles?
That's such an important point. Absolutely not. You don't scrap it.
Yeah.
Wobbling is part of the process. It's totally normal. The key isn't perfection, it's persistence, but with self-compassion. Gentle recovery is the name of the game. First thing, pause and recenter with breath. Seriously, just stop for a moment. Do some simple 4-count breathing. Breathe in peace for 4. Hold gently for 4. Breathe out the negativity for 4. Just a few rounds can really interrupt the negative spiral. It calms the nervous system. Then have a reset affirmation or phrase ready to go. Something short and powerful you can instantly grab onto, like, all is well, or my desire is fulfilled, or I choose peace now. Just something to immediately redirect your mind. You can also do a super quick, visualize a quick scene or memory. Close your eyes for literally 30 seconds. Flash back to a genuinely happy memory, or see just a tiny snippet of your wish-fulfilled asset scene. It's like changing the channel in your mind. And for those really sticky setbacks, use that I remember when technique again, right in the moment. Ugh, the situation. Oh, wait, I remember when this used to stress me out. It's so different now that my desired outcome is my reality. It flips the script instantly. If the emotion is really strong, like anger or fear, ground yourself in the present first. Use your senses. Notice 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 you smell, 1 you taste. Just bring yourself right back to the physical moment to calm the intensity before you try to reaffirm your desired state. And crucially, please show self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up for slipping. Talk to yourself kindly. Okay, that was a wobble. You're human. It's all right. Persistence in returning is way more important than never slipping. It also helps to have a little spiritual toolkit ready. Keep some inspiring quotes handy, maybe Neville's, or have an uplifting song playlist queued up, or a 2-minute meditation saved, a mental faith folder. And finally, just recommit on the spot. Make a conscious decision. Okay, that wave passed. I am now choosing to step back into living in the end. Detour over, I'm back. It's that firm, intentional choice to return.
That's really encouraging. So it's less about achieving this perfect, unshakable state and more about the practice of returning. That the act of choosing to come back to your desired state again and again is actually what builds the muscle.
Precisely. Every time you consciously return, you're reinforcing it. You're telling your subconscious, no, this is the truth I choose. It's not a failure when you slip. It's an opportunity to strengthen your conviction by choosing again. Over time, those returns build incredible resilience. That wish-fulfilled state becomes your more natural, more dominant place to live from. And what's really fascinating when you get down to it is that living in the end stops being just a tool for getting stuff. It becomes this profound shift in how you relate to reality itself. You start seeing challenges not as giant walls, but more like echoes from a past state you're already moving beyond.
So the big takeaway then. What if the most powerful action you could take today, right now, isn't necessarily about striving and chasing out there in the world? What if it's simply about finding ways to truly inhabit the feeling of your desires already being fulfilled right here within you? Maybe try just one of these ideas, one small technique. See what subtle shifts start happening inside you, and maybe, just maybe, outside too. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.